Greetings everybody, my name is Yarxio, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down a step-by-step guide to the Sundance Inner City's third boss that just came out, and it's pretty difficult. I already beat the boss on day one and I decided to record it and give you guys a breakdown of how to beat this boss and what we kind of did. Now, as I'm playing this, I'm going to pause the video in between times to kind of give you guys a hint of what I'm talking about and kind of break it down. So before the video even starts, as you guys can see, you see mainly every DPS on one side of the boss. That is my current point of view. Wow, we have another healer on the other side of the boss, which is Pebble. And then notice how you cannot see our tank. Our tank is on the exact same side as Pebble, but he is tanking the boss. The reason why we are doing this is because we want to have a lot of free damage before the boss starts up anything. Now, as you guys can see in the top left corner, it says Crimson Water Illusion. Those are the pillars. Now what happens is those pillars will spawn and it will be kind of daily. So I'm going to play it for you guys, and then after another scenario pops up, I'm going to pause it. As you guys can see, we're doing damage to the boss. Nothing crazy is happening right now. This right here is a pull-in move. So pretty much what he will do is he'll have this huge AoE attack that's going to pull you in, and the only way to get out of it is by breaking free. If you don't break free, you will be CC stunned, and then he can potentially one-shot you. So notice how our healer got out of the way, and then they got back into position to re-angle themselves. And now we're just continuing with the DPS phase in this. Now notice where it says down here, the villain has secretly poisoned Minx, Z, and Tsuki. That means one of those three are eventually going to be poisoned. The three that has been named, we don't know yet until it's time for them to be poisoned. Okay, so as you see, our tank switched sides, and as well as our healer. They're on the opposite side of us. Notice how everybody else is stuck in this one area. That's because we're playing it smart. Now, of course, we get the guard break, but here is the part where somebody gets poisoned. Right here, as you guys can see, Z has got poison, and it is Pebble's job to cleanse him, or else he's gonna die. Now, while Pebble cleanses Z from the poison, we continue on with the massive damage. Now, here is an important one. As you guys can see on the top left, there is something called DragonQuake. This mechanic is really important. So, for someone who has Breaking Shield, the person that picks up Breaking Shield is responsible for this mechanic. If you don't do it right, you will die. So I'm going to show you how we did it. So as you can see, we're dealing damage. As you guys can notice, the pillars have popped up, but also notice the rings that is on the ground and that is on people. What you're supposed to do with those rings, or you know, those little AoE circles, you're supposed to get away from the group, because if you don't get away from the group with those, it will spread a poison bubble. Okay, a poison pretty much, and it can kill the team, everybody. Now, as you guys notice, there are like 8 pillars around the map. Those pillars can do damage as well. There is one person's job to take care of those what you call it, freaking pillars. I can't speak, but the person that is supposed to take care of the pillar's job has a thing called Divine Spear, I believe, or Breaking Spear, and their job is to run across every single spear and pillar and break it. As you can see, the people in the circles did get away. And now, if you don't take care of the pillars in time, this will happen. You have to dodge this mechanic, because if you don't dodge it, you will potentially die. Now, here is the part with the shield. A lot of people don't really know what to do here, so I'm going to break it down to you and how we did this. What you're supposed to do is not keep an eye on the timer, but you want to keep an eye on the boss. The boss actually tells you when he's going to do it in a secret way. The way how I figured it out and picked it up is once he has his hand up in the air is when you want to use your shield. You're going to see that here. Some people do die, I believe, but this is something to pick up on. Notice we're doing the damage. We're doing the damage. The lines come through and he raised his hand. And that's when the shield was popped. Now it repeats. Pretty much you just dodge the pillars. As you see, our friend over here, Royals, is currently running to break each pillar because those pillars can kill us. And now, as you also see, there another mechanic took place. Nynx is now cleansing far so they don't die. This is pretty much how it can be done. Or Pebbles cleansing Nynx, forgive me. So the job here is to dodge the pillars, of course, continue to do our damage, continue to stay on the opposite side of the boss, as you can see in this video. Now DragonQuake is going to happen again, but as well as the pillars. So far we're doing our part. We're doing pretty good, maintaining our distance and our DPS and everything in that manner. So pretty much the pool is here. Now everybody's backing up because we want to make sure that we are safe. Now he's choosing to who is going to be hit with the poison. And now here's the part again, like I'm telling you, I will show you where I'm talking about. As you can see, his hands are up. Once his hands are up, that's when you want to pop the shield. So I'm going to go back for you one time. There you go. You see, the shield went up like that, and that's how it's kind of repeat. Now notice on the top right, on the top left, you see a guard. This guard has to die. The other guard we don't really focus on, but the right guard we do focus on. However, I did not focus on it this time, I believe. I just went straight for the DPS. Now there is another guard that do spawn, but we don't actually really go after it. I don't know why just yet, but this is the safer route you can play. As you can see, Pebble gets out of the way of the huge AoE, and then DragonQuake spawns again. Now Pebble's checking the area to make sure nobody has poison, and so far nobody has poison. Then the things comes again, they cleared away, and then now here is the tricky part. Notice how he's at 28% HP. The pillars in DragonQuake is happening at the exact same time. This can sometimes lead to your team getting wiped because it's really hard. But I will say this, the shield can protect you from the pillars. So as long as you're in that shield and the pillars do activate at the same time, you will be a-okay. Notice his hands is starting to raise up. They're up. Shield is up. And we are safe from the pillars, just like that. And then we continue to do DPS. As you can see, we're dodging the pillars. I get hit. I go back to my position. And this is how we run it up. It's kind of pretty simple, honestly, if you have the right communication and comms. We did this on stream. If anybody was watching my stream, it lasts for 5 hours. But this was pretty much the repeat. And other than that, it went really well. So I'm just gonna sit here, kind of talk about what you can do. If you're confident in having a person take the Divine Eye, go ahead. If someone is new to taking the Divine Eye, please help them. And then for people with the Breaking Spear, it's kind of simple as well. And then the person with the shield, I would really recommend just looking at his hands. Notice how his hands is in the air. That's when you want to pop your shield, because that is the main important part. Now we thought we was going to wipe here, but we actually managed to do it somehow. And you know, we really did get the job done. Now other than that, it just kept on repeating and repeating from what was needed to be done. But other than that, it really went well, really went really smoothly. It was honestly a great run. It took a few tries. I think this is our third try, and we did our part. We really did our part, and it was kind of fun to kind of just experience such difficulty, because I did this in CN before, and when I was doing the actual mechs, I was like, man, this is annoying. So we're on global now, and keep in mind this boss is not that hard, but it's also not that easy. You have to follow the mechanics correctly. If you mess up at any point, you can get wiped. Now I will try my best to leave timestamps down in this video. Won't be guaranteed, but as you can see, we're just following the mechanics. You and your raid team can watch this video as well if you guys want to. and I will be sure to try to make other guides on upcoming raids, because there are a lot of sneaks for raids currently in the global version, as we're now maxed out at level 69 for a whole year. But as you guys can see, this is how we do it. One of our DPS did die, but we had enough time because for some reason he did not pop his thing out, and he was offensive to pop it, but he didn't. And that's pretty much it. If you guys did like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.